All right, what's up, guys? I'm basically on the way to school right now. I got another 3 hours on my drive, so yeah. I thought I'd talk about something that I don't normally really like to talk about. Simply because I feel like if I talk about it, it'll somehow affect me in my day-to-day life at school. People that I know might I don't know, either agree or disagree with some of the stuff I'm saying, or I don't know, I just feel like it, if I talk about stuff like Greek life in college, I don't know, I just, even if it's not bad, I just feel like it'll I don't know, people will talk to me about it and shit, which I don't really want necessarily. But a lot of people don't know that I'm in a fraternity, and I just feel like it's something unique because, one, a lot of people that are in the fitness industry aren't even in college. A lot of them either dropped out, didn't go to college once they started making money. They either didn't go to college, dropped out, or the ones that are in college aren't really in Greek life. So I feel like so some of them are. I'm not saying nobody isn't, but I feel like a lot of people aren't. So I feel like I kind of have this unique perspective of still being in school, being part of my school community, as well as my Greek life community, while doing fitness stuff as well. And that being said, I'm also older now, so I'm not really a part of it as much when it comes to Greek life. I'm an old head now, so being in a fraternity or a sorority is really a freshman, sophomore, first half of junior year kind of thing, depending on what school you go to. That's another big thing. It's but by the time you're a senior in a fifth year, you're not really involved. You're that dude who shows up occasionally and is belligerent, you know. That's kind of where I am now. It's I'll just occasionally show up to shit belligerently drunk, and then leave pretty early. So, you know, I'm older now. But yeah, I feel a lot of people in the fitness industry actually that are don't make content actually are also because a lot of guys like working out. So a lot of dudes are in frats or, you know, part of different things in school. So I thought I would talk about it, coming from someone who also is in that. So originally, going into college, I didn't really want to join a fraternity. And I think depending on the school you go to, you don't have to, or you do have to. In my situation with the school that I went to, the bars are extremely strict, and the bar scene is it's not a bar school. We have bars, but compared to a school that's known for their bars, our downtown is not like that. So, and on top of that, they're really strict about fake IDs, so it's really hard to get in. So unless you have a really good group of friends that can do fun shit, not being in a fraternity kind of just, you don't have shit to do. You can't go to, you're not going to parties really. You're kind of just going to your homies kickback apartment parties, you know, parties. So I felt I kind of had to do it almost if I wanted to have a good time, which I did, you know. And a lot of other people, I didn't really enjoy I mean, I enjoyed meeting people, but the whole rush process to me, I came into it with a pretty I don't know, my mentality wasn't good. And looking back, I feel it really wasn't that fucking deep. I was I don't know. So I got to college, and my freshman year was COVID year. So, and I also got waitlisted for the school that I go to. So basically, you know, I didn't know if I was going there. I went there last second because of COVID. A lot of people ended up not going to college. They were skipping a year. They were why would I go to school if I can't do shit? It's COVID, everything's online. But I decided to go. So I went to college my freshman year, and the whole Greek life thing, it was all rush events, all that kind of shit was online. So I didn't really first off, I'm also really lazy, so I didn't really want to do online rushing or anything like that. And back then I was a lot more serious about lifting, so I was more trying to be a bodybuilder, shit like that. So my first freshman year, and also fraternities or anything didn't really throw events, just because like there was so many restrictions about how many people you could have in a certain area. So it's not like people could throw parties or anything. Like maybe there was like low-key ones at someone's apartment, but it just didn't seem worth it. So my freshman year, I also got put in an all-boys dorm, and all our classes were online. So like very quickly throughout my freshman year, we would drink essentially all day, every day. Like we would wake up at 10. I mean, the classes were a joke. It was all online. And we would just drink all day. And by halfway through the semester, I guess there was so much testosterone, and there was like no girls around really, because it was an all boys dorm, and like we really had no way of meeting that many people other than like fucking Tinder. Like that was the only way I met girls, was literally Tinder. And so there's just so much testosterone built up, and you're drinking every day, and everyone's getting frustrated with their lives. Like, I mean, especially during COVID, like people were more angry, upset just about their lives in general. That there was so much testosterone, so much drinking, that like we would get at each other's necks a lot. There'd be a lot of fights, there'd be a lot of like arguing, a lot of shit thrown, a lot of like literal like a lot of fighting, throwing hands, a lot of like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? Like, this shit sucks. Like, you're kind of just depressed all day. I mean, you're staying in your room. That's when I watched like Naruto and One Piece, and you know, I literally finished both of them. That's literally how little I had to do. I literally finished Naruto and One Piece during that year. Like I got caught up to One Piece, I mean. And so that was kind of my freshman year, and there was good times because I made good friends, but overall, was it like, did I like enjoy it? Like, no, I did not enjoy it. So that whole like, I don't want to join a fraternity thing, like completely flipped. And a lot of my friends that basically went to other colleges and stuff, some of them joined fraternities like at big SEC schools. Like those like fraternities down there are like a lot different than the ones like sort of like on northern or coast schools. Like those big SEC frat houses are like mansions. Their parties are fucking nuts. Like I visited a friend out there, and it was fucking insane. Yeah, so going into sophomore year, that whole like, I don't want to join a fraternity thing just completely switched because of how shitty my freshman year was. And during that freshman year is actually when I started posting like videos on TikTok and stuff. But like, I didn't have like a social media presence. Like I was just kind of like on the low, like posting like videos of me doing calisthenics or whatever. And so I also think that if I had rushed and I'd been like Horsemeet then, like there's no shot I would have got a bid. I mean, like even like now, it's just like in a weird way, like also like kids who like rush now, it's like I look, you know, making those like videos online, it's like, I don't know, people judge you for sure, you know. But anyway, so I decided to rush like sophomore year, and I rushed around, and I joined a fraternity. And I won't get into pledging or anything like that, but if you've pledged a fraternity, or like I mean, you know, it's not like fun, you know. So I mean, that semester was also pretty not that great, but yeah, I mean, dude, I'm glad I did it, because like once it was done and like put away and I was in, then like I just like, it added to my life. Like I had things to do. I mean, like I wasn't like, I was doing school and then I had shit to do, and then I lived at the house last year, and during the whole time that kind of Horsemeet took off, I was living in the house last year. Like all those TikToks that you see on the couch with like the American flag blinds, that was all in the house. But yeah, I think it really just depends on your school, you know, like, and it's definitely a good time for sure. Like, and you can definitely lose sight of school really easily, so you gotta like, you know, fucking balance out your shit, and you meet some fucking great fucking friends, you know. But like Greek life at every school is a lot different, depending on where you go. And like I had a bunch of all my roommates, we all went to different fraternities and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of fun. I mean, like I would totally like I would tell everyone to do it. Fucking shit, dude, this highway is fucked. Oh my god. Yeah, but like now that I'm 21, I'm older, I don't really like participate in shit like that as much. You know, even though my roommate's my camera guy and stuff is the president, the guy who's gonna be fucking filming for my videos starting tomorrow. Yeah, he's the president, so I mean it's a lot of responsibility for him. I feel bad, but yeah, I would totally recommend people to do it. I mean, definitely there's only pros you can really get out of it, because like, I mean, great friends, shit to do, you know, and like you want to join somewhere that you fuck with the guys. I mean, that's the most important thing, you know. It's like people want to go to these bigger, smaller fraternities, but the most important thing is like joining somewhere, I guess, like where you fuck with people. I mean, yeah, that's the most important. But I mean, yeah, now that I'm older, I'm more of like a bar guy. I like going to the bars a lot more. And plus, like, as you get older, you know, it's like the people at the parties and stuff, it's like as the younger guys come in the fraternity, it's like, you know, I guess the girls that they bring and the people they bring, like the crowd is like young. It's a younger crowd for sure, like in college terms. So it's like more like sophomores, juniors, maybe a few freshmen. I don't know. Oh, and a lot of people like shit on fraternities and sororities in general. They're like, oh, you're paying for friends, you're doing this and that. And like, I don't see, like, I don't want to like sound like a hater on those people, but I feel like a lot of them don't really understand that, you know, you're not like, it's more of like a group of friends pooling their money to be able to do fun things, you know, because, you know, throwing big events and doing big things like costs money, and like, you know, you can't do that shit for free. So that's kind of what like the money goes to, is that we all pool our money to be able to afford like to like do fun things at cool venues and stuff. And a lot of the people that like hate on fraternities, because I was like, I mean, originally going in, I was like a D1 hater, but I honestly, like, looking back, like, I don't know why. I mean, I've had nothing but like a great experience in college because of it. And I think a lot of times the people that like hate on Greek life and stuff like that, and now that I'm older and I'm more of like outside, I get to see like the whole picture, you know, and I have a lot of friends that aren't in fraternities and sororities and stuff. I think a lot of people like see like Greek life people doing these big fun events with these like big fun parties, and they have a little bit of animosity because it's like, oh, well, these people had to do this to get in, just to have fun. And I think there's a little bit of animosity there, and I mean, I could be wrong, and I don't mean to sound like an asshole towards the people that are like hating on Greek life and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to get too into it, but there's that. And yeah, dude, I've had nothing but like a great fucking time. You get to go to cool beach trips, and like you get to go to spring break with like a big group of friends. And I mean, dude, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just like it's a group of friends, you know. But yeah, a lot of people were like wondering, and I know a lot of people are in Greek life or whatever. But yeah, I don't like to talk about it too much, just cause like, and the YouTube doesn't have as big of an audience for me as like Instagram or anything, so, you know, I like feel more comfortable like talking about it on here. So yeah, and like, I mean, there's bad stuff that happens at fraternities, and like, I personally have never seen anything bad happen. Like, I think nowadays it's a lot better than it was maybe like 5-6 years ago, because I mean, you hear horror stories at fraternities of like, I don't know, people getting spiked, or people getting like, there being like sexual assault charges. But I mean, personally, like, I've never seen that happen firsthand, and you know, I imagine that it happens at other places, you know, in other fraternities. Like, we've never dealt with anything like that, but like, we've heard of like stories in other fraternities at our school where like some pretty bad things happened. And I mean, that's fucking horrible. Like, I mean, fraternities, they don't want people in there that are gonna do bad things like that to people, and like not treat the other guys there or girls with respect. Like, respect is number one. You want to treat everyone that comes to your events with like respect, because like at the end of the day, everyone's there to have a fun time, you know. So you hate to hear stories like that. So I think that turns a lot of people away too. But some fraternities have a ton of members, and then, you know, guys who are bad will slip through the cracks, you know. I mean, if you have like 160 people, right, and like 500, 600 people come to rush events, right, and, you know, it's hard to like judge, I guess, like people's character within a couple of encounters, you know, before you give somebody a bid. So yeah, I imagine like bad things do happen, and that's like that's extremely like unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know. I've had a good time through college. Like, I've had a great fucking time. And it's what you make of it too. And I think some people join to like, oh, like I can pull more girls or something like that. But I don't know. I think like, cause like I've always wanted a girlfriend personally. When I was in college, like sophomore year, like freshman year, like I was doing the whole Tinder thing because I was lonely. But I always wanted a girlfriend, and I didn't want a girlfriend who was in Greek life. And I got lucky enough to find Hannah, who is not in a sorority. And yeah, I just didn't want a girl in Greek life personally, for like personal reasons. One of those being like a lot of times, like if people hook up with people, you know, like then like, oh, let's say, oh, I like meet this girl I really like, you know, and it's like, oh, she's gotten with like one guy that you know. It's just like, damn. I mean, that kind of sucks. Like, no one wants that, you know. It's like that would you rather I had, where it was like, would you rather your girl have 10 bodies but it's all your close friends, or 100 and you don't know any of them, you know? And honestly, I think I'd rather choose the 100, because like it would really get to me if like a girl that I really like cared about has been with like all my close friends. And I mean, that's just a personal thing. But yeah, I mean, I've had a good time at college. Like, school is first, always. And I just wanted to talk about it because people like, I feel like not a lot of people talk about it, especially in the fitness industry or anything. But yeah, I think like, yeah, it's a good time though, for sure. Big bar guy now though. I mean, I'm an old head, so it's like, once again, like I don't really participate. This is all my experience from like past years, like especially going into this year. See, like I'm older, I'm basically inactive, like essentially inactive, just because like I'm so old. Like I don't. So this is coming from someone who's like basically done, but not really, but basically. So yeah. And the other thing is, now that I do have a girlfriend, I have things to take her to, you know, whether it be like a formal event where everyone gets dressed up nice and we like all do like a formal thing, and you bring a date, or a party. Like I just like having things to take her to, for like things for us to do, because like otherwise we would kind of just be chilling in our apartment watching like Game of Thrones all day every day. So yeah, but dude, college is fun. And honestly, like I know a lot of people say like, oh, like college is a scam, you know, this or that. But in my opinion, I think when it comes to like, if you're like using college just to make money, I wouldn't say it's essential. I think it'll help you, but I think it'll take you places. But if you really are looking just to make money, there's a lot better ways to do it that you don't need college for necessarily, which I've seen firsthand from people I've met more recently, actually. And it's like, they never went to college, they're making bread. So yeah, but honestly, what I enjoy is the college experience, and that's something I always wanted. When I was in like 6th grade, I watched Blue Mountain State. I was in middle school, and like Thad Castle and like all those guys like in Blue Mountain State, I was like, dude, if that's what college is like that's what I want. Like, I wanted the experience, like more. And it's fucked because I'm paying so much money and I'm going in all this debt. But yeah, what I'm paying for is almost like 50% the experience. And some of you guys say like, oh, that's stupid, like blah blah blah, but like, you only live once, you know. And I'm gonna die being thankful, you know, that I went to school to get that college experience. And like a lot of people shit on it and stuff, but you know, hey bro, don't bash people, you know. It's like, I don't shit on people for, you know, not going to college. It's like, and then there's a lot of people that shit on people for going to college and like having a good time, which is kind of sad. I mean, I feel like you should just let people rock, you know, like let people do what they want to do, you know, without bashing them. So yeah, but that being said, I'm also excited to graduate, because like real life fun is definitely more fun than college fun. Like, college fun is its own fun, but like real life fun can be a lot better if you make it that. Like, if you work hard in whatever your job is, like, you can have a lot of fun, like raves and stuff and festivals and like real clubs. Like, I hadn't been to a real club since, like, the first time I went to a real club was like in Houston when I visited Alphaland, and I'd never seen a real club. Like, I'd been to bars and stuff and clubs, but compared to like big city real fucking clubs, like rich people and shit, like with getting tables, like I saw people, I'd never seen tables before, and people were getting tables, like, that I guess were entrepreneurs or whatever. Like, I could never afford a table, but yeah, that, I mean, dude, real life fun is awesome. Like, moving to a big city, that's really cool. And it's not as unrealistic as people make it seem, like, because like you can get your job, you can move to a big city, and like, yeah, like if you're living by yourself, rent is expensive, but like, once again, roommates, that cuts your rent cost a lot lower. Like, I wouldn't recommend, unless you have the money, to live by yourself, because like, I could never live by myself. Like, I would want roommates, especially my first couple years out of college. I definitely want roommates until like I settle down and want to like start a family or anything or something like that. Yeah, roommates, big one. And yeah, you don't get those college years back. Like, I'm in a major where you're supposed to travel to another, you're supposed to travel abroad for 1 semester in your 4th year, which is me now, and I have a 5th year, so I have 2 years left of college. And I think like I just opted out. I was like, I don't really want to go, simply because like the people in my major, I don't get along with all of them the best. I'm not saying they're bad people, but like, we're just different. Because like, I'm an architecture major, so I think the architecture crowd is a lot different than some other majors, and for me personally, we just don't, I don't fit in with those people necessarily. It's a very art-based major, so it's a lot of people who like maybe would have went to art school but like didn't want to go to art school, so they did architecture instead. That's kind of the crowd it is, and like, I don't really fit in with that crowd personally. So I didn't really want to go abroad, and I can travel the rest of my life, but I can't get the college years back. So I just opted to stay, which I'm really thankful for, because then it's like, and then I'm not away from my friends and my girlfriend for a whole 3 months. Like, 3 months away from my girlfriend and my friends would be really hard, especially with a group of people that I feel like I don't fit in with. Even if I'm in like some awesome place that I've never been, like Europe or like Japan, I still wouldn't enjoy it, and I'd rather wait and go to see those places like later down the line in my life. So yeah, and then balancing fitness and school, it's really not that hard. I mean, like, if you're good with time management, dude, you can always find time to like, you know, work out, eat your meals right, you know, stuff like that. Like, you can always find the time to do it if you're like good at time management. Like, if you wake up early and do your shit, and then like have fun. Like, you want to get your things done, because like, if you're having fun when you don't have everything done, you start getting stressed out while you're like drinking or at the party, or you wake up really fucking stressed out because you know that you like shouldn't have been doing that. You should have been doing your work, but instead you went out to fucking party, which I've done, and I do, and I still do. Like, I'm really bad. I'm really lazy too, and I don't really like doing school, so like, I do that shit all the time, and it stresses me the fuck out, because like, I'll be like at a party or whatever knowing that I should be studying for a test, and then I'll go into the test and do horrible, and I'm like, wow, like, why the fuck did I like do that? That was fucking stupid. Like, I should have just woken up earlier, studied a little bit, went to the gym, did my things, and then had fun. Like, get your shit done out of the way before you have fun, because then you can have fun more freely, you know. And also, like, you know, I think back to high school, like, when you're working hard, it makes having fun more fun, because it feels like you earned it almost, rather than when you're doing nothing and then you go to a party, you don't get the most out of it. That's why like parties in high school for me felt like such a bigger thing. Like, now it's like, all right, we're having a party, like, whatever, like, awesome, like, I'll be there. But in high school, when someone was throwing a party, it was like, oh fuck, like I've been in school for like a week, like it's been like 2 weeks since the last one. I've been working really hard in school, I've been stressed out, and then finally like we're gonna go to this house on Friday and fucking throw down, and I'm gonna go crazy because I've had all this pent up, like I've been working so hard that like I can finally let loose and have fun, and it made the experience more fun. So like having fun and working hard are like, they make each other better, because then it's like when you're working hard too, it's like you know that your life's not just consumed by hard work, you're doing both, you know, like at the appropriate times. So yeah, make sure to like work hard and then have fun, like get your shit done. And I know I'm still gonna be bad about that shit this year, because I want, for one, like part of me like regrets the major I chose, but I'm so deep now that it's like whatever. And two, I don't really like doing work, so I know I'm gonna fuck it up at some point. But you know, I will still say, get your shit done before you have fun. And yeah, so that's kind of how it be, you know. And then I think next year for me is gonna be really hard, because like everyone I know is like a lot of people I know are graduating, and I still have this 5th year, so I'm still gonna be here. And a lot of the people I know, and my girlfriend's graduating, so she'll be going somewhere else and visiting back for that year, and that's gonna be hard. You know, it's gonna be kind of sad. And I'll be like older than everyone, it feels like. I'll be what? So like, when I'm 21 now, turn 22 next March. What, I'll be like 23, like, you know, finishing college, and I'm like, damn, you know, I don't know. It's just gonna, that 5th year's gonna be hard. So hopefully like the social media and stuff is still going strong till then, because that'll give me some motivation. So yeah, but yeah, no dude, definitely have fun. Like if you're gonna go to college, like have an open mind. Don't be the guy who's like, oh, I don't want to do this and this. Like don't go into it thinking you don't want to do things. Go into it with like an open mind, just willing to try anything. Like the one thing I wish I did, and I think I'm gonna do now, is like join a club or like play a rec sport. Like I really want to play a rec sport, and my roommates played rugby, and they had the most fun ever, and I kind of wish I did it, but like I was so into bodybuilding that I was like, I didn't want to fuck that up, so, and get hurt or something. So I think I'm gonna join like rec basketball this year or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really talk about like my personal life with college and like shit like that, just because I feel like if I, like, first part of me feels like if I do, like people are gonna shit talk me in my real life or something like that, or people are gonna be mean, or people are gonna be like, oh, like Horsemeet's doing this, like, oh, this is where he is, this is what like he's a part of. But like I'm just a normal dude. I just want to be living my life. Like I don't want too much like crazy negative attention, you know. So yeah, but I'm driving. I got 3 hours ahead of me. I think I'm gonna end this, but I'm just gonna keep driving. Maybe I'll show my apartment when I get there. I heard we got a nice apartment this year. And then I'll probably throw this video up. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Dude, the t-shirts are actually being made. Yeah, we're actually gonna make the t-shirts. So Horsemeet t-shirts. And there's a Young LA drop today. If you can use my code, that's like the main way to support me, kind of. So that and Retaliation and Iron Crew. And then once the t-shirts come out, bro, I'm super excited for the t-shirts. And then finally tomorrow will be the first day of the lifting videos in the video. So yeah, anyway, Logan.hrsmeet on Instagram, and I got a bunch of TikTok accounts that just start with Horsemeet. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I hope you guys like got something out of this. If you're going to college or you're in college, like wondering what should I do, like maybe you're not enjoying your time right now, and like honestly, it's up to you. If you're not having a good time in college, like the only thing that can change that is you, really, and the situations that you put yourself in. Like good things happen to people that like try. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys. Peace.